Hey, you know what it is. This is your boy, not a little boy, but Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Yeah, I got a few things going for you guys. Just hang in there with me and let's get in. Are you ready? Let's get it. Alrighty then. So I'm gonna just jump right on in with the news, and so you guys can get some information because that's what I've been trying to do for you guys. I appreciate those of you who have subscribed to me and keep subscribing of those who haven't subscribed yet to your bro. And click the like button when you're on your way out. Hopefully you like what I'm giving, and take heed to what is being said, so that you can position yourself properly and have a plan. Have a plan within the plans that are being done, and all around us is so much, and it's so much news that I can't cover everything in one video. So I'm going to cover basically what I think is important for you to know, and some people might not know, but then some people might already know. So if it's good, it's good. Take it and use it. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go with first. Amazon postpones NFT project. Right. Let me just be able to kind of get in here a little better. And what it's saying is e-commerce giant Amazon has delayed the launch of the Amazon digital marketplace due to technical and commercial issues. Now, this has been spoken about before. Amazon, you know, previous before this, prior to this, being put out there, what they're doing in their delay, they had plans to bring about their digital marketplace and other things that they were also trying to launch. So it says here, e-commerce giant Amazon's NFT marketplace launch has been delayed by a few weeks uh, till May. The tech giant earlier planned to launch the Amazon digital marketplace on April 24th, as earlier reported by CoinGap Media. The platform will start offering the service to U.S. customers first, and will gradually roll out to other countries. Amazon postponed its NFT marketplace launch in 2022. See, as I said, it was the last year, and due to the challenging market conditions following the collapse of the crypto exchange FTX. So this caused, contagion and it, domino effect that, had a negative effect on markets, and being Amazon, one of the biggest, companies in the, retail, e-commerce marketplace, of course, right? And this was in November, as we know. The latest delay has come to, wow, it's getting blurry there. Ensure readiness and prevent technical errors and other issues due to the unexpected events. So I'm not going to get into, you can also read this on your own. It's in CoinGap Media. You can go there and try to see, and read the article yourself. But I just wanted to touch on that. So we're going to go to the next one, the next article that I wanted to touch on to. Hold on for a quick minute. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay, so this one is with the First Republic Bank, which has been, part of the major discussions throughout, media, social media as well, other YouTube content creators. And what's going on is now, as it says, troubled First Republic Bank gets a buyer. Will crypto market, with the crypto market rally? And it says the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation stated that the regulators have taken possession of the First Republic Bank. And it says crypto news after long attempts by U.S. Well, let me just try to put my glasses on here, people, because unfortunately this is getting a little blurry to me. I don't know if it's my eyes or if it's the computer. Okay, so anyway, financial regulators will be seizing the FRC before the deal. However, PNC Financial Services Group, PNC, uh, and Citizens Financial Group, Inc., CFG, and were also in the race to buy out FRC, so the First Republic Bank. That's the the acronym for that bank. But check this, of course, and we've been some people have heard of this. I recently came upon it. J.P. Morgan will acquire First Republic Bank. The California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation (DFPI) announced that the regulators have taken possession of the First Republic Bank. It mentioned that the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC) has been appointed as the receiver of FRC. Uh, However, J.P. Morgan Chase is to obtain all deposits, including all assets held by the lender and its uninsured deposits. Huh. It mentioned that as of April 13, 2023, First Republic Bank's total assets stood at around $229.1 billion, while total deposits are calculated to be around $103.9 billion. However, the deposits are insured by the FDIC to a certain extent. Yeah, of course. We know that the FDIC has its extents, its limits of what it's going to insure. Right. So, but anyway, basically, what that's kind of doing is bringing us to understand that there's a lot of bailing out on the ends of what is more important to these institutions. And these institutions, of course, importance is liquidity, is money. So they want to grab such as a big institution and a big banking type of institution known as J.P. Morgan Chase is going to grab other banks to help build their liquidity so that they can have more control and distribution of money in those areas. So that therefore, what is that doing? That's putting more doubt and more unstability or destabilizing the people's trust in their banks. So what is that doing? That's putting them back into the hands of the government, back into the hands of the FDIC or any governmental type of people who are going to protect the masses and their money, their deposits, business wise, especially because the businesses are first. They bail out the big businesses, or they bail out businesses that have more than over 250,000 in an account, right? So we know the limit that was mentioned about the FDIC and what they would do when the banks started, you know, crashing like they were. The month we had single we had uh um what's the one in California, the SBF, I think it's and then you had Singular, you know, you had what other bank? You had Credit Suisse. You know, you had these different banks that were coming and losing their solvency and becoming insolvent, right? So now, what is that affecting? How is that affecting the crypto space or the crypto markets? Boom, people are starting to even more and more dump their money into crypto because they're seeing it as a way of protecting their wealth. Yeah, so that's how some crypto analysts and people who discuss and talk about and they watch how crypto is, the crypto markets are going and so forth, and whether it's dropping or going up and rising in value and price value and price movement. They're watching this stuff, and they're looking at, oh well, this could be a good maneuver catalyst that a lot of money will be pumped into crypto, into the crypto projects, into crypto space, into the crypto space as a whole. Not just depending on what particular project, many different projects. People who choose the project, it will be according to their want, and that's what we see. So, or it could be. So we're looking at, and we're going to keep looking at that. So that's that. Let's jump into the other news here that we got, which is a video. because that I'm not going to stay on, in my email. I have a whole lot of stuff I can go through with you guys, but I don't have a whole lot of time. And again, I know people's attention span. This is TikTok culture, especially for you younger people. The elder people like my age, I see those are the main people who subscribe to me anyway, and those are the main people who watch my videos more when I look at my analytics. I know what's going on, and I watch you guys, and I appreciate those of you who support Crypto B-Boy. Right. But the younger people, I understand. You guys, I want to see something funny, stupid, whatever, and you want to see something that's, that's controversial, and it's talking about people or fights or whatever, but that's not me. So, but you can enjoy getting information that's going to benefit you in the long run, because when the time comes, you're going to be regretting it. Like that you never took the information that the people were giving to you, or you felt that this person that you was a fan club to was the only person to take it, but he only gave you but this much, and then you missed out on the others. I'm a person, I don't stay with just one. I subscribe to a lot of people, and you should do that well. And I'm not just a person who's particularly cliquish in my manner of seeking knowledge about my wealth and what I'm supposed to be doing with it, whether it's an investor or me being a business person, and the maneuvers that I make, and anything I speak about in my channel, which is business, investing in crypto, pretty much. So anyway, okay, so let me get into the next stuff here, which is, oh no, that's not it. This is it. Oh, okay. I wanted to let you listen to this lady, and you make, for people to just go in the comment space and they can choose to say what they think about it. This is dealing with geopolitical situation and what we see as catalysts, several different catalysts within the big catalysts that's coming that we might see. We hope it's not going to be negative, as destructive as some people would talk about, but what's going on with China. So listen to these people from Democracy Now! This is one of the main commentators, this older lady here. So I don't remember her name, but just listen and you take it from there for yourself. And, I'm just asking any of you to give your opinions in the comment space. All right, hold on. We'll get it right now. Get y'all going here, okay?
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in New York, joined by Democracy Now! Co-host Juan Gonzalez in Chicago. Hi, Juan.
Hi, Amy, and welcome to all of our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world.
China is facing criticism in Europe after China's ambassador to France questioned the sovereignty of former Soviet states under international law during a television interview. The Baltic countries, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, condemned the remarks and summoned Chinese envoys to explain Beijing's official position. The Chinese Foreign Ministry walked back the ambassador's comments, saying, quote, China respects all countries' sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity. The diplomatic spat comes as China is making headlines across the globe, though maybe not so much in the United States, for its diplomatic efforts. In late February, China released a 12-point peace plan to end the war in Ukraine. On March 10th, Iran and Saudi Arabia announced they would restore ties as part of an agreement brokered by China. Days later, in mid-March, Chinese President Xi Jinping hosted the Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva to talk about Ukraine, trade, and moving away from the U.S. dollar. Xi Jinping then met with French President Emmanuel Macron in Beijing. During Macron's visit, Xi spoke about the roles of China and France in world affairs.
The world today is undergoing profound historic changes. As permanent members of the UN Security Council and major countries with a tradition of independence, China and France, as promoters of the multipolarization of the world and the democratization of international relations, have the ability and responsibility to transcend difference and restraints. Adhere to the comprehensive strategic cooperative partnerships between China and France with stability, reciprocity, development, and progress. Practice true multilateralism and maintain world peace, stability, and prosperity.
While in Beijing, the French president, Emmanuel Macron, suggested France and European nations should not become a vassal of the United States when it comes to...
Now, real quick, I just want to say that France is just trying to jump on a bandwagon because, if you look at it back, tracing it to African, issues with France and Africa as a whole, that what has, in a historical sense, France is one of the main colonialized countries, or countries that colonialized countries in Africa. One of the main ones out of Europe that were partook into that in the past, right? But it still today has been proven by, on a financial level, financial basis of financial exclusion for these countries that they had so-called left and gave them the independence, but they still have a financial hold on them and their economy and their resources, right? And in France, it has been proven that they've been doing this still today with the new president, Macron, or whatever his name is. And so a lot of countries are pulling out of connection and holding on to that connection, and any debt they want to either try their best to pay it. If they can borrow from other areas, even China is helping to do this, to pay off their debts with France and relinquish themselves from France, and not allow France to even physically enter their country, even for military support against some of their inner struggles of warfare that they may have. Like, for instance, what's going on in Sudan. And, my regards go out to the innocent of the people there, and hopefully they'll get it together. I pray for them, and, and Allah knows best. But anyway, I'm just going to close that out. I'm not going to even get into what France had to say because, I don't really care of this guy. He's not, he sometimes he'll talk a talk, but he don't walk the walk. And a lot of them are hypocrites, even in the West, even here in America. This tired of the hypocrites. People are tired of the hypocrisy and these bullies and these people portraying themselves as true blue leaders and everything, and trying to that they're there for the world and they're there to help the world and everything and help humanity. Even China, I don't trust them fully. I don't trust Russia fully. I don't trust even certain countries in Africa, or any man that is not showing and improving if they coming from a negative and trying to show and improve in a positive. But for Russia, and as far as Russia and China is concerned, they never really fully oppressed a country on a full level scale, as far as in the way that they've done in Africa or to indigenous people throughout the world in countries such as in South America, Central America, my mother's land, Honduras, the natives there, natives in America, right? These things are clear in history, and we know. So, hey, we have to check into and see who's the bullies, and now the bullies are meeting their demise. As far as on an economical scale, we're not talking about war, we're not talking about physical war. We don't want that. What we're talking about on an economical scale, and they weaponize their money, weaponize the dollar, which is being de-dollarized as we speak. And BRICS is the main component of that, as well as BRICS nations and all that in the whole shebang. And China is one of those pieces of that pie. So anyway, now we'll go into the next thing and we'll finish out, people. Okay, and I appreciate you staying with me and hanging in there. This is a good brother of mine. His name is Faruq Hunter. He is the CEO or lead position, lead executive of Freedom Nation as an organization that has invested its time and its maneuvering of establishing business development of land and business development, right? Throughout the world, not just here in America, which was firstly, and also meaning, and when I say the land development it's not just building land for business or commercialized land development, but for homes, living, tenant homes and families and so forth, and communities, a community, or as we know, village. And the organization is called Freedom Nation, but also the village or community is called Freedom Village. And the first one that started is Freedom Village, Georgia. And I became a member of it, and you become a member, which is, they're called citizens. And he uses that term to give you a more connection with you being a part of a community in that manner, or even a state, or even a country. Like, it's, that it gives you more of a vast connection, and that's why he uses, or they use that as on a symbolic level as a citizen, other than saying you're a member of a club, because it's not really a club. It's a major organization that has been growing and growing in leaps, and it made its greatest leap outside of the country of America, off the borders, and into another land known as Kazakhstan, and that's over there in Eastern Europe, or if you want to say Eastern Southern Asia, like in the stands area, all the stands, Pakistan, Afghanistan, those areas, right? And it's not Middle East really. It's part of Asia, and, or they might say Eurasia, put it that way, near Russia too. So, and the BRICS nations is that around that area a whole lot, as we know, right? Most of the countries are there: India, China, Russia. So, what we're saying is that what I'm going to show you in real quick is just a piece of what he has brought. I'm going to try to cue up this video real quick so that you can get the gist of what he really said that was great significance and covered a good portion of what the whole video is, which is, the video is 44 minutes, so I'm not going to let that much time go by. I'm just going to let you listen to the part of what is significant for us, that we as people who are in business as well as investors should think about. And this is not just for African Americans. For me, what I'm bringing out to you, this is for anybody, but his organization is geared to the improvements of African Americans abroad, not just here in the African diaspora and all of that. Any people of color, because of the lack of the opportunities and being able to have ownership, has been very much deprived to people of color, African Americans, to say more or less, in America, as you can see. And there's clear proof to that. There's consensus, there's that financial consensus about who's at the bottom of as far as income and all that type of stuff that's been analyzed by financial analysts, when it comes to talking about different nationalities and who's doing better financially in the country, let alone outside the country. So we'll get in on that. Just give me a sec. Hold on, I'm trying to cue it up and get us queued up to that point. Let me see. Okay. All right, so I think it's right here. Let's listen.
In the United States costs $150,000. I kid you not. These drawings in the United States cost $150,000. Here is all the electrical fixtures, every detail, every two. Yes. Bam. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. La la la. And just boom ba.
Let it go up.
All the plans, all the documentation needed to build. In addition to that, I have on the wall over there, you can't see it, everything that's needed. We have 20 acres in the free trade zone. We have 20 acres in the free trade zone on the border with China. We have 20 acres in a free trade zone that's connected by train to one of the world's largest cotton and apparel manufacturing industries in Uzbekistan, to direct ports and access to Gwadar in Pakistan that lead out of Pakistan directly into Djibouti in Africa and directly into Egypt, that connects on roads that get us into Kenya, that get us into South Africa, and every country in between. We have 20 acres and a full facility for our businesses that allow us access to the Middle East to sell whatever we like. We have 20 acres and facility to be able to manufacture whatever we like with low-cost goods, low-cost workers, and to share knowledge. We have excellent partners that help to facilitate this, that are here to facilitate you and make things work. You have a full office and monitoring facility, 2,000 square feet, in the center of the economic center, the Wall Street of Central Asia, which we set that up to. We have all of that now, today. I really want to share this with you. This is 5 years of my life. Getting the land, getting the permits, having the ideas, and I swear to you that there are many times when I come home and our people can't pronounce the word Kazakhstan, when people say China, people say, we can't talk about China, but yet 85% of our businesses buy from China. This took a lot of energy. And I can tell you, financially, I exhausted myself to make this happen. I didn't borrow the money from anybody. I personally went to work. I personally took every dime that my family owned and depleted completely every penny.
And I'm going to say, I commend my brother, and I'm going to close out, unfortunately, but I just want you to hear this, that this brother of mine, Faruq Hunter, the lead executive and CEO, co-founder of Freedom Nation and Freedom Village, Georgia, and Freedom Village, Koragos, Kazakhstan, right? Officially got the papers and documents right there. He unboxed them. That's what the whole video is about. And I will put the link to this video in my descriptions for those who are business-minded people, not just cryptocurrency investors. Because this, like I said, this channel of mine is not just based only for cryptocurrencies, for business. I'm a business person. I'm an entrepreneur in my own right. So I also try to give information and inform people about business and some of my business paths that I've taken and experiences that I've gained. So with him, I have a personal connection with him. He's been helping me to upscale my business to the level of e-commerce and positioning ourselves in the lands and the regions of the BRICS nations, where a lot of the swing is going that direction. Yes, we see. And that which they're trying to put together is very lucrative. So it is incumbent upon some of you to position yourself. And any of the money that you invested in crypto, I would look that way. And I'm not an advisor, professional advisor or anything. Don't take no information from me without doing your own due diligence and finding behind me what I'm saying to confirm, because I'm not a professional. So I'm giving you that clearly as a disclaimer. But from my experience and learning from people like him, who is a professional in his field, in what he's doing, what he's been doing, and he's also a tech. He's a tech professional, degree and everything. So he knows that. He has a company called Castle, and that deals with their communications and technology infrastructure for Freedom Nation. Yeah, this stuff is put together well put together and organized. It's not just a pass by or fly by night or stuff that we people do, And for me, I'm saying we people, because we don't get the respect around the world because of the things that we don't do as African Americans, and this is why I like him, because he's one who tries to put us on a better scale, on a higher scale, and sit us at the table with those on an equal scale of things, so that we are respected in the world too, and it's not just a chosen particular few people of nationality. And that's where I come from. I'm not a racist person at all, but I agree with balancing the scales. Yeah, I do agree with that. So anyway, leave it at that. I appreciate you guys listening. Until next time, this is your bro. Not, of course, this is Crypto B-Boy, not Little Boy, but Crypto B-Boy coming at you. And stay with me. Click the like button for the video. Watch the video when I, in the description area, and I'll put the link there of the brother if you're interested. And knowing even about, you can look up and do your own due diligence and Google about Freedom Nation if you're interested. But, position yourself, people. These are the times more than ever. Don't miss the train again, or any trains. There's other trains in different areas of investment that you can catch. You might have missed the train with Bitcoin. You might have missed the train with other crypto, projects, or you might have missed your train with gold and purchasing gold. Me myself couldn't afford to buy any, and I missed the train before it hit 2,000 now, right, for per ounce. So I have to pay more for it, and that's what we mean missing the train. But don't miss the train for these types of investments when stuff like this is being done. Take your money and invest it properly and be smart about it. Allocate yourself, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it like that. Thanks again. Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons. This is your brother Talib as well from the other channel, aka Crypto B-Boy, coming at you. Peace.